Okay, I thought this could be a fun way to start off the recap video, as there is currently 4 seconds left in the game. Von Miller just jumped off sides, so now they're getting ready to try what I assume to be a Hail Mary. You're 55 yards away. Mayfield has a cannon. Mayfield can get it down there, so hopefully some sort of magic can happen. Throw the ball up to Mike Evans. Mayfield takes the snap. He is going to he doesn't step up in the pocket. Now he steps up in the pocket. He is going to fire one down the field. He gets it down there, and it is... Oh, Godwin had a chance. Oh, man. Oh, look, that Godwin had a chance to make that play happen. I don't know. I don't know why he wasn't looking up. It looked like he had a shot at it. And the Buccaneers lose a game they deserve to lose. Man, that felt like he had a chance to get that. I'm looking right here. It got twisted around at the last second. It looked like there was some contact there that, those don't get called in that situation. That's tough. But, man, that was right next to him. Oh, my God. I can't believe he didn't make that play happen. He saw it and just couldn't get his hands over there. Well, okay. Recap has to start now, as I have to try and emotionally come down from losing a football game that way. The Buccaneers lose, and they deserve to lose. I mean, listen, if they came back, it would have been a miraculous comeback, and we would have all been very happy about that. But this was a game that Tampa Bay deserved to lose. They did. The offense was, if we're being honest, terrible in this football game. And we can sit here and say, well, the Bills defense has played well this year, but the Bills defense is dealing with a lot of injuries lately. I mean, the Patriots offense played much better last week against this Bills team than we just did. And we're all talking about the Patriots offense as being like a terrible unit that you can't win with, right? So what does that mean for us? And what I scored 18 and could have scored potentially 25 in this game had Godwin gotten turned around. Again, you can't rely on these fluky things happening. You can't rely on Hail Marys. You can't rely on a drive where you convert 3 fourth downs. 2 of them were just due to penalties, including a face mask when Baker Mayfield was already surrounded by like 7 guys. Like, that doesn't really count as a great, well-sustaining drive. They made some plays. Mike Evans made a good play at the end there at the end of the drive to get them back in it. And then there was kind of that weird, batted up and caught play that allowed them to nearly, come back and win this game. I still can't believe Godwin didn't make that catch. Oh my God. But, they were able to get that drive going. And I guess there's maybe some takeaways of, hey, throw the ball up to Mike Evans. That's not a terrible strategy at all. Again, if you were to tell me going into this game, we're going to lose it on a Hail Mary that we nearly got, going to come down to one play against Buffalo and you lose, I would have taken that easily. But it's more so just my frustrations with this offense. And I have a whole video, on this whole situation with Baker Mayfield and with the frustrations, the film studies. So you can check that out if you want to hear more in-depth frustrations I have with the offense. And I feel like people are going to blame the offensive line, and I'm not saying the offensive line's great, but man, there were some plays where the ball's just not coming out of Mayfield's hands. And you can blame Mayfield, you can blame the wide receiving core, whatever you want. But at the end of the day, I mean, you got to be able to make those make some of these plays, and they're not making plays right now. At the end of the day, it's the blueprint's out there, right? Teams know you play 2 safeties deep. What is Tampa Bay going to be able to do? They can't run you out of that situation. They can't run the ball in that spot. They just can't. And, if you can't run the ball, even when there's 2 safeties deep, how do you move the ball down the field? You really can't. So, it's not a good offense right now, which is weird because they do have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. But, again, when there's 2 safeties deep, you do need to have some semblance of an underneath game, which they just didn't in this one. And again, some positives to take away from this. I thought the defense played great. Yes, it had some issues early on, but even when Josh Allen was driving the ball, it felt like it was Josh Allen just doing Josh Allen type things. There were a couple of bad plays. Again, it's football. You're not going to bat 1,000, right? I guess that's baseball, but you know what I mean. You're not going to have a perfect game, and the defense didn't. It made more mistakes than we're used to seeing, but I still thought that in that second half, they were fantastic. Once this team got down, the Bills scored an early touchdown in the third, and after that, they got completely shut out. Yes, it would have been nice if they were able to get a stop, but again, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs made a good play. what are you going to do? At the end of the day, to me, this was the defense is the reason this was potentially a game, that and some Bills, penalties late in it. So, what does this mean for Tampa Bay? Listen, it's weird because part of me wants to say with an offense like this, you can't go very far. But that's not true. I mean, well, it is kind of true. But you can make the playoffs with a team like this. You can, because they still do have Mayfield finally made some plays. Didn't have a good game, but finally made some plays at the end there. And for Tampa Bay, maybe you can build off of that. And again, it all goes back to we're in a really weak division. We're a game out right now. So despite the 3-4 record, there is plenty of time to make something happen. But it would have been a lot easier if Chris Godwin caught that football. Man, gotta catch that football. That's really tough. That's a tough loss. It just is. Again, I do feel a little better that they were able to make it a game. That does make me feel better about its overall performance, but I still can't help but think about how they made this a game, which was essentially they got a bunch of, really fluky flags on 4th downs, and then Mike Evans made a play. Yes, give Mike Evans the football. That is a good idea, but still. And you also can't help but think a little bit about the whole, late in the first half, and I don't know how much this would have mattered, but that Todd Bowles weird thing of not kicking the field goal late in the first half. There was also another field goal that was blocked. If you can clean a couple of those things up, this was a winnable game. Now, don't get me wrong, Buffalo was the better team here, and if the Bills lost this game, that would have been an ultimate gut punch as they dominated this game. I mean, all of these stats are going to be heavily in Buffalo's favor. Like the total yard, I guess the yardage totals are closer because of that final drive, but still, Buffalo had 427 yards to 302 yards, and that was a lot higher. I mean, Buffalo was basically doubling up Tampa Bay's yardage totals until that fourth quarter. Mayfield's overall statistics, just 237 yards on 42 attempts. That's not going to get it done. That is not very good. Rachaad White, 4.3 yards per carry, that's better, but still just 39 yards. It's still not very good. The reality is the Bills deserve to win this game, and the Bills are a good football team. Again, you ran into hot Josh Allen. When Josh Allen's playing at that kind of level, he's really hard to beat, and you did find a way to finally sort of shut him down in the second half, but it was just a little too late, too little too late at that point to make something happen. So, bit of a more negative video for me. I want to still have hope, and I do still have hope. And again, one thing that just sucks about this, I brought it up before, the fact that we have to play the Bills, the 49ers, and the Eagles just because we made the playoffs last year and won the division. That's tough. That's a tough draw for the 3 games that you have to play compared to whatever. Although, everyone in the AFC East is tough. Not everyone. Actually, 2 teams are in the AFC East that are tough. But still, that is a tough draw here for Tampa Bay. Kind of feels like these next couple of weeks are must wins. I think against Houston and against Tennessee, I feel like you have to be 5-4 after those. And I don't think Houston's a slouch. That's a big game. And then Tennessee's been struggling because after that, you've got to play the 49ers who are tough. So you want to, after that stretch, I guess after those 3 games, you want to be 5-5. They can do that. I feel okay. It's a game we expected them to lose. They lost. They made it close. But this offense just has to be better. It just does. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.